What's up, y'all? Welcome, fellow artists, to Lyricology 101. I still don't have my channel back yet, but we're here. Where have I been? I've been working. I've been surviving. I've been making it happen. Unfortunately, we still haven't got the channel back, so we just gonna do what we gotta do to continue. If you guys want to speak with me, you want to holler at me, just hit up your boy at lyricology101mail@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Instagram at lyricology101. We could chat, we could talk, you could figure out what I've been through. But for now, we with my man Black with his track Death Wish. We're doing a bar for bar reaction where we're looking at the rhyme schemes, the cadences, and some of the ideas in a reactionary format. It's not entirely a bar for bar breakdown like the full length one, but more of a reaction type of situation. Much quicker, much shorter. So we have a track from Black with Death Wish. So far, I think it's something really dope, really quick, straight to the point. I feel like the ideas are dense enough for us to dig into, and there's some technique here. I'm also hearing some references and some styles that I'm familiar with. So yeah, I'm gonna run this shit right quick, and y'all gonna love it, man. Hope y'all doing well. Let's go!
Why the fuck does Shaq have a podcast? The dumb shit I consume to let the time pass. I was looking for the truth in the shot glass. Rupi Kaur raps, melodrama en masse. My uncle told me sometimes you gotta laugh. Shards of light fighting through the chip plaster. Barricaded by arrogance. Parachute off the parapet. Paralyzed with the drink before I admit that I'm down bad.
Now, man, I think what it is the instrumental is pretty wild, man. We got a lot of sounds ringing in the background. We got the chings and the changs. It just sounds like a cacophony, man. But as far as the beat is concerned, he's bringing the right energy to it. His delivery is right for it, and he's right there. And something about his delivery, to me personally, reminds me a bit of like Rakim or something like that. You know, like some Rakim type of energy. And I think that just fits to type of like the flow that he's running with. I just think that it's really fast compared to the instrumental. The instrumental is fast, and he's fast. So for us to dive in and receive all the lyrics at once, we'd have to see the lyrics to like fully appreciate what he's doing here. So I'm gonna run it all the way back, and we're just gonna go through the fours, and you'll hear what he's doing. So let's run this back. What is he saying?
Why the fuck does Shaq have a podcast? The dumb shit I consume to let the time pass. I was looking for the truth in the shot glass. Rupi Kaur raps, melodrama en masse.
All right, so let's go in for the rhymes first, and then we'll roll into the meaning. So what I'm seeing with rhymes and cadence, if you give me just one quick second. All right, yeah. So what I'm seeing here with the rhymes and cadence, we got the 2-syllable podcast, time pass, shot glass, car raps, en masse flow. And then we got the internals with the Shaq have, but you know, small internals, but they're there and it keeps the rhythm consistent, right? We got the ooh sound with the consume, truth, and Rupi. It just sounds really good. It sounds really consistent as far as how he's putting together his rhyme scheme. But what is he talking about? I want to get into the idea of what he's saying. So why the fuck does Shaq have a podcast? The dumb shit I consume to let the time pass. So I feel like the dumb shit that he's consuming is this podcast, right? Why does Shaq have a podcast? What is he really talking about? I feel like he's minimizing the idea that we are all the way down to basketball players podcasting about anything they want to. So the dumb shit I consume to let the time pass. Now, also, I got a double out of this line. So the dumb shit I consume, I feel like it's the dumb shit that I think of, right? I'm consuming these dumb thoughts to let the time pass, right? I was looking for the truth in the shot glass. Rupi Kaur raps, melodrama en masse. So he was looking for the truth, right? I mean, if you're looking for the truth in a podcast with Shaq on it, I highly doubt you'll find anything interesting. So he was looking for the truth in a shot glass. Rupi Kaur raps, melodrama and melodrama en masse, right? So Rupi Kaur is a very deep poet. So I feel like he was going for the deepest raps possible. Rupi Kaur raps, melodrama en masse, right? So I feel like the melodrama is in relation to the type of poetry that he's putting on display right here, right? So I was looking for the truth in the shot glass. Rupi Kaur raps, melodrama en masse, and we'll run it back.
Why the fuck does Shaq have a podcast? The dumb shit I consume to let the time pass. I was looking for the truth in the shot glass. Rupi Kaur raps, melodrama en masse. My uncle told me so.
Yeah, so if he was looking for the truth in the shot glass, he's getting drunk, right? So the melodrama is an attachment to him essentially getting drunk, maybe being depressed, right? Maybe coming back to this first couplet, I feel like he's going into that dark space. A lot of you guys, when you send me songs, are always going into that dark space, man. I just feel like everybody's just going through this like this melodrama transitional shift within themselves. So what's he saying on the next one?
My uncle told me sometimes you gotta laugh. Shards of light fighting through the chip plaster. Barricaded by arrogance. Parachute off the parapet. Paralyzed with the drink before I admit that I'm down bad.
All right, so My uncle told me sometimes you gotta laugh. Shards of light. So he's going off the time, pass, shot, glass, en masse rhyme scheme, right? But he added another syllable. So with the gotta laugh, right? So my uncle told me sometimes you gotta laugh. Shards of light fighting through the chip plaster. So he added a syllable at the end, so it's not gonna land on the at the end rhyme like it naturally should. He's just adding extra syllables. So laugh and plaster, but he's anchoring to that, right? So he's gonna go off of that. Then he's gonna roll into another rhyme scheme for a little bit with the arrogance, parapet, barricaded by arrogance, parachute off the parapet, paralyzed off the drink before I admit that I'm down bad. So the down bad rhythmically matches with podcast, time pass, shot glass, en masse, car raps in the first 4 bars. And then he goes off in a different direction, then he lands perfectly back with that same rhythm that he had at the beginning. And it sounds really dope. As far as the barricaded by arrogance, parachute off the parapet, it's an 8-syllable rhythm, 8-syllable cadence. It's not an 8-syllable rhyme, but it sounds like an 8-syllable rhyme, right? So it's just, it comes together smoothly. It's all bracketed well. And then once again, he's going to run off of this 8-syllable like cadence, but the word before is going to break it, and you'll hear it when I run it back. So barricaded by arrogance, parachute off the parapet, paralyzed off the drink before I admit that I'm down bad, right? But if you put it all together, it's still an 8-syllable cadence that he's bracketed together. It sounds really dope. When I run it back, you'll hear it really smooth. But as far as his end rhymes are concerned, it's like he's bouncing around. He jumped away from the main end rhyme from the beginning, and then he landed right back on it. So let's get it. Pause.
My uncle told me sometimes you gotta laugh. Shards of light fighting through the chip plaster, barricaded by arrogance, parachute off the parapet, paralyzed with the drink before I admit that I'm down bad.
Nice. All right, so my uncles told me sometimes you gotta laugh. Shards of light fighting through the chip plaster, right? The laughter is the shards of light. So my uncle told me sometimes you gotta laugh. Shards of light fighting through the chip plaster, right? The shards of light being joy, laughter, positivity, good moments, because he's already started the verse going into a dark direction. So he's just like, his uncle gave him a little note. Remember, you gotta laugh, you gotta be joyful. Shards of light fighting through the chip plaster, and that chip plaster is barricaded by arrogance. So that whole the visual that he's giving is we're all like locked down by all this everything is squeezing down on you and everything's locking you down. So that laughter can pierce through it, right? So shards of light fighting through the chipped plaster, barricaded by arrogance, right? So barricaded by arrogance, parachute off the parapet, right? The parapet is just a peak or an edge or a ledge or something like that, right? So if that feeling you have of being kind of confined and barricaded, it piles very high, so you can be on top of it, jump off of it, right? So barricaded by arrogance, parachute off the parapet, which would be this barrication or whatever, paralyzed off the drink before I admit that I'm down bad, right? So and then down bad also means he's jumping off of something, right? Parachute off the parapet, right? So he's jumping off of the ledge, paralyzed off the drink before I admit that I'm down bad. The drink once again is being brought back up in the 4th bar, just like he did. Oh, so wait, he brought it back up in the 3rd bar. My bad. I was looking for the truth in the shot glass, and then the next time he brings it back up, paralyzed off the drink before I admit that I'm down bad. So I feel like just that bad feeling could be beaten by laughter, but it's difficult, right? So he has to get above it, jump off of it, and keep it moving. So paralyzed off the drink before I admit that I'm down bad, and also being drunk, being down, and admitting that he's fallen off from that high point, and then he's gonna roll off into the fountain.
Found in the youth, found it, lost it, rewound in the booth. Every lesson coming fragments, frags pulled by the tooth. Rummaging through the shrapnels, pull the straps on my boots. Battling work.
See what I mean by how fast it comes by? Like, everything runs fast. So if you didn't have the lyrics in front of you, it would whiz right past you, man. I feel like the general listener would just have it right, like zip right past their head.
Found in the youth, found it, lost it, rewound in the booth. Every lesson coming fragments, frags pulled by the tooth. Rummaging through the shrapnels, pull the straps on my boots. Battling.
All right, so yeah. The fountain of youth, wound in the booth, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-syllable cadence. It's not a matching rhyme, but we do have matching sounds. So he's matching fountain, founded, wound in, and then youth and booth. And he's going to hang off of that ooth sound the whole way through. Fountain of youth, found it, lost it, rewound in the booth. Every lesson coming fragments, frags pulled by the tooth, rummaging through the shrapnels, pull the strap of the boots, right? Rhythm sounds really good, but in this area, I couldn't find anything that I would consider a consistent cadence. I just feel like he's anchoring himself on the end rhyme with youth, booth, tooth, and boots, and then he's just swinging through with the other sounds. And then we got the ass sound with fragments, frag, pull by the tooth, rummaging through the shrapnels, pull the straps of my boots. Sounds really good. It's just smooth. I like how it sounds. It comes together really well. So let's run that back one more time.
Found in the youth, found it, lost it, rewound in the booth. Every lesson coming fragments, frags pulled by the tooth. Rummaging through the shrapnels, pull the straps of my boots.
All right, so what is he talking about, right? So Fountain of Youth, right? After admitting that he's down bad, right? Paralyzed off the drink before I admit that I'm down bad. Fountain of Youth, found it, lost it, rewound it in the booth, right? So he the Fountain of Youth, he had it, he found it, he unacquired it, he doesn't have it anymore. So how does he get his youth back? He goes back in the booth. He rewinds himself in the booth so he can spit again. So rewound in the booth. So he had the Fountain of Youth, he lost it, and now he got it back when he's spitting to y'all right now. Every lesson come in fragments, frags pulled by the tooth, right? So the fragments are the bars that we're listening to right now. Every lesson is his bars. Every lesson come in fragments, and also parallels to the message of life, right? Every lesson comes in fragments. You can't get the whole lesson in one big chunk. So every lesson come in fragments, frags pulled by the tooth, and then the frag is just the grenade, right? So every lesson come in fragments, frags pulled by the tooth. So I get the image of a guy holding a grenade, pulling the grenade pin out of it with his teeth, clink, and he's about to throw a grenade, right? So frags pulled by the tooth, rummaging through the shrapnels, pull the straps of my boots. So now we're getting a visual of war, right? So we got the grenade play going into the rummaging through the shrapnels, which is shrapnel from explosions, debris, etc. Pull the straps of my boots. So I'm getting a vision of a militant or a soldier handling his business, right? I feel like in regards to the Fountain of Youth, I didn't see the connection, but I know it's going somewhere. So let's keep it running. What my man doing?
Fountain of Youth, found it, lost it, rewound in the booth. Every lesson coming fragments, frags pulled by the tooth. Rummaging through the shrapnels, pull the straps on my boots. Battling like a passion, only action recoup, no choice. Lip petards hit me in my center and I hoist. Sick of this emo shit, I'm moving grizzly with the boys. Niggas singing, my niggas get the spinning like the voice.
So fast. I do feel like it's fast. But yeah, battling lack of passion, the only action recoup. Like I just felt like that was dope. So let's go on the patterns and the rhymes. So battling lack of passion, the only action recoup, no choice. Lip petards hit me in the center and I hoist. Sick of this emo shit, I'm moving grizzly with the boys. Niggas singing, my niggas get to spinning like the voice. So we got a lot of it plays, right? It is a great easy rhyme. I love adding it in my rhymes. It fits well. Lip petards hit me in my center and I hoist. Sick of this emo shit, I'm moving grizzly with the boys. So yeah, a lot of if sounds, a lot of plays. He's anchored himself to the choice, hoist, boys, voice, right? And then the cadence is just a 2-syllable swing. I hoist, the boys, the voice. No choice does not match this cadence. It don't match with that flow, but he anchors the flow for the rest of the bar. So it sounds really dope. So yeah, rummaging through the shrapnels, pull the straps in my boots, battling lack of passion, the only action recoup. So this whole thing is coming together, right? He's still anchoring himself to the ooh sound at the beginning of the bar, and then he's going to go into the next rhyme. But yeah, the ass sound from all the way at the back with the fragments, frags, shrapnels, straps, battling, lack, action, all that sounds fucking butter, especially on this last set. So battling, lack of passion, the only action recoup, no choice, lip petards hit me at the center, I hoist, and I run it back.
Battling like a passion, only action recoup, no choice. Lip petards hit me in my center and I hoist. Sick of this emo shit, I'm moving grizzly with the boys. Niggas singing, my niggas get the spinning like the voice.
All right, so what's my man saying though, right? So battling like a passion, the only action recoup, right? So we just already came through the idea he's been drinking, observing himself on a deep level and just kind of getting out of the way of himself, jumping off of his confinement, his depression, maybe just negative thoughts, just getting out of that. So battling lack of passion, because he already did the war play. So battling lack of passion, the only action recoup, right? So get it back. No choice. He has no choice. The only action is to get it back. Lip petards hit me in the center and I hoist. So more war plays. A petard is an explosion of explosive of some kind. I believe it's like closer to dynamite or something along that line. So lip petards hit me in my center and I hoist. So if he got hit with an explosion or an explosive of some kind and he got hit in his chest, then he died, right? I hoist, right, to go up, right? So lip petards hit me in my center and I hoist. Sick of this emo shit, I'm moving grizzly with the boys. So I guess the boys are the other people that have passed in the war, or other people that have died in this war, maybe in this conflict that he's going through. Other people fighting depression on the same level, perhaps. Niggas singing, my niggas get to spinning like the voice. So we got the singing, the spinning, and the connection to the show The Voice. You know, when they sing, if you sing good enough, we turn around and see who it is because we want to see what you are. So yeah, we got those connections. And I just feel like that comes down to like, the way that he's ending this verse is like, I'm dead now. That's what it seems like. Battling like a passion, the only action recoup, no choice. Lip petards hit me in my center and I hoist. Sick of the emo shit, I'm moving grizzly with the boys. Niggas singing, my niggas get to spinning like the voice. Let's run it back.
Battling like a passion, only action recoup, no choice. Lip petards hit me in my center and I hoist. Sick of this emo shit, I'm moving grizzly with the boys. Niggas singing, my niggas get to spinning like the voice.
So if he's sick of this emo shit, right? Like if he's sick of this emo shit, right? Then I saw it as he's sick of emotion, right? Or he's sick of feeling really dark and low because it's making him feel this way. So the petards could be maybe some thoughts in his head that are making him feel upset. The petards can be somebody just talking bad about him, making him feel bad. The petards can just be moments in life that are blowing him to pieces. So lit petards hit me in my center, and I hoist, sick of this emo shit. I'm moving grizzly with the boys. So I feel like that's what he was going with. And then I just want to see how we can connect it to the death wish, right? We'll run the hook right now.
I was really praying on the death wish. I was really praying on the death wish. I was really praying on the death wish. Maybe my common sense is set in. I was really praying on the death wish. I was really praying on the death wish. I was really praying on the death wish. Maybe my common sense is set in.
My man Black. Short and sweet. Very interesting song. Very interesting rhythms. Sound like you're beating on glasses and cans and drums and everything. Very cacophonous type of beat, but I feel like he was rocking it well. It's like I said, very short and sweet song. We got straight to the point. Everything was said. I feel like it was more so about how he was feeling on the inside and kind of addressing that, sharing that with us, and then allowing, I guess, this negativity to blow him to pieces and martyr him. But remember, this is my interpretation. You know, this isn't your interpretation. This is anybody else's interpretation. This is just how I saw the lyrics. This is how I was perceiving it. And I just kept running it back to make sure I was doing this right. I feel like the death wish is the relation of him dealing with the war inside of him deliberately and possibly losing it, right? I keep going to the lit petards hit me in my center and I hoist. So that's the only thing that's hitting in my head. If you guys have any other interpretations, let me know. I'm actually really curious what we can come up with on this one. But that's it for this one, man. My man Black did what he had to do. He reminded me of Rakim so much on this. I don't know how to explain it. If y'all can hear it, let me know. He had a very consistent Rakim cadence to me. It worked for this. It really did. Not exactly like Rakim, but just his timing and the way he moves his words around. He does sound like Rakim a bit to me. The beat was wild. There was a lot of information going on, but I feel like my man got his point out. But I hope I got his message. He got his point out, but I want to see if I got his message correctly. That if this internal fight was all about him just kind of accepting. But yeah, that it is what it is, man. So shout out to my man Black. Thank you so much for contributing. You are technically the first breakdown of 2023, man. So thank you so much for even getting in contact with me, still believing in me. If you guys are still out there, man, we're still trying. I don't know what to do with the channel at this point. It's been a year. I've tried everything I know how to do. I've talked to all the people and I haven't gotten anything from anybody. So I don't know where Lyricology 101 is, to be honest. But until then, if you guys are still interested in getting your songs broken down, just contact me at lyricology101mail@gmail.com. If you have a breakdown with me already, it's coming. We're just going to release a huge bundle of these personal breakdowns. So just hit up your boy. We're still doing one-on-one consultations if you're interested. It's all still in motion. It's just I can't be found. You can't even Google me. I don't know what they did, but Lyricology 101 got deleted in so many places online that I can't even find my own channel. So I don't know what to do from this point forward, but much love to you guys, man. Thank you for even caring, for all those that sent messages, that still send messages today. I'm doing my absolute best to keep this ball rolling. I got to balance a lot now, but we can make this happen. We're going to keep it going. J. Cole's about to drop. Ice Spice just dropped. There's all these new tracks and albums coming out. So we have more for you guys, but we got to see what we can do. We're just going to keep dropping videos on this channel and hopefully we'll get Lyricology 101 back, or as far as we know, it's Shibu something right now. But yeah, man, love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching. There's more coming. If you like how we're handling business over here, feel free to like and subscribe. And if you like what we're doing here at Lyricology 101, please share. This is Lyricology 101. I'm Andre Gaynor. And don't forget, we're the artists. Peace.